Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. It is game number 3, and I'm joined by my man Tiana.
My man Holden. How's it going, brother? Are you good?
You keeping well?
You looking better?
Oh, you're looking good. Hey, look at you, darling. Anyway, you got your first game out the way.
That's right. My debute's done and dusted.
And now we're going to be going into game number 3.
Yes.
It's going to be Vinco taking on Energy eSports. So tell me about that game where Energy took on the lads from Astro. What was their major downfall there?
Holden, I think Astro, they were just warmed up. You know, precisely. They played as a cohesive unit. The boys from Energy were going one-on-ones, you know, facing a team of 4, facing a team of Vedix and Inferno, actually, to be quite precise. And yeah, they just, their morale died, their motivation died down, and the boys from Astro managed to take the quick 2-0.
At the moment, we do have view of them heads down. It looks, hopefully they can pick that momentum back up, and we can actually have a game on our hands here between Vinco as well as Energy eSports. It looks like they're pretty much ready to go, but before we get into that, I just want to take a look at the maps that we're going to be playing today, as we're kicking things off Stronghold Hardpoint. And that's one of the maps that you indicated a bit earlier to me, a lot of AR action.
A lot of AR dominance, Holden. I'm not precisely sure what Vinco's strong personality traits with regards to their preferred guns are, but I know the boys from Energy, definitely Jakes will be running his AR. Frost will be able to maneuver. So as Ian Brutal, being my previous teammate, I know that he can. You know, he can be decisive with regards to an AR or sub, so it's going to be good work from the boys from Ian.
Alright, and then after that, we're going to be crossing over to Fringe. It's going to be Capture the Flag this time around.
Capture the Flag?
Yeah, so what happens is our first 2 games, or should I say the first game for each one of these teams was Uplink.
Yes.
Then the second games of the group stage is going to be Capture the Flag.
Alright.
Third games are going back to Uplink. So this is Energy eSports and Vinco Game's second game.
Second game.
So we are going to be going, of course, like we just mentioned, to Capture the Flag, a mode that I personally love. It's one of the old school ones from back in the day. And we're going to be, as we said, playing on Fringe. So Fringe is a traditional 3-lane kind of map.
That's correct.
And I can't wait to see exactly what running routes they decide to use, if they're going to push through the middle. So I also would like to see if players are still focusing on Capture the Flag. I don't think they're doing it as much as they used to. Trying to watch those crossovers, making sure that you can push a guy into spawn. I don't see as many spawn traps as I used to, but that being said, Black Ops is a really fast game in comparison to the traditional ones I'm used to, like the slow-moving, not advanced warfare games, basically Ghost and Black Ops 2. So it's going to be nice to see exactly how those rotations plan out. And then finally, we're going to be leaving off on Redwood Search and Destroy, one of my favorite Search and Destroys. I just love the wall running. I saw one of the craziest clutch plays on social media where the guy basically doubled back around everyone and got a ninja defuse.
Oh, wow.
So it was quite hectic. So quite excited about this game. I want to find out your prediction. Who do you think is going to be taking this one?
On paper, arguably, I would have to say the community will have to go with Energy Fear on this one, Holden. But you know, like Adept proved to us today, they definitely came in as an underdog, and they were able to take the win over Vinco Gaming. So perhaps Vinco Gaming has the capacity to take out the boys from Energy.
This is going to be a nice little determination on how the rest of the tournament's going to go. If we see Vinco completely overstep here and take out, then the tournament's completely afresh in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? If we see a complete run over by Energy, then we almost looking like a 2-horse race between either Energy eSports and Astro, it seems like.
Or Adept.
Oh, potentially. So let's cross over to the game. It looks like the teams are about ready. I think we've got the right rule set involved, and we're going to go to the pick and ban phase.
Let's go.
Going as a player into this pick and bans, what do you think is your priorities?
Hard points. Okay, Holden. In terms of heal players, I would have to say that a nice HXD ban is always essential. If you're not going to run Flat Jacket, and you obviously want to run the Overclock or Afterburner perk. Of course, Jake's always protecting the Emmet. That is his preferred gun, as Clint said in the previous stream that he coming from Black Ops 2. The Emmet was a dominant gun to go to.
Yeah. So M8A7, of course.
Hi, Carl.
We're going to see a lot of long lines of sight when it comes down to Stronghold Hardpoint. As an OBJ player, what do you find is the most difficult thing when it comes down to Stronghold?
Clint, definitely being...
Nick, Holden?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Apologies, Holden. Apologies, my train of thought was not...
That's fine, I find myself thinking about Clint from time to time as well.
It's good looking, old man. Joking. Alright, you know, Holden, as I was saying earlier, you're going to be in contest spots as an OBJ player. It's going to be extremely annoying with that the AR player is picking you off. That's why you need your AR players to watch over you in the heal. And just make sure that you hug your corners so that, you know, you could pop out and get a sneaky 2-piece.
Sneaky 2-piece. We do like those. Overclock being banned out as well. Interesting one. I personally haven't seen that in the rotation of bans thus far in today's play.
That's correct.
So rapid fire, pretty much a standard, high caliber standard. HCXD is what you called out a bit earlier, so good call on your part. Flashbang. So we finally got 2 more bans to be called out. Do you find that teams ever really go for the score streak bans and when it comes down to hardpoint?
Score streak. Holden, in specific, it's always the HXD, the Guardian, or the Sentry turret, I'd have to say.
Alright.
They never go for the higher score streaks, obviously, because sometimes players just don't have the ability to get them.
Alright, so those were our bans thus far. And
Jake's obviously picking up the Annihilator. He's definitely confident in his accuracy shots with that specialist draft.
And it looks like active camo will get picked up, should I say, from Riptide. It's a great way to get into the hill with active camo. Do you find that is its best use, or do you try use it more, trying to work around the HP?
No, Nick, specifically, I would rather think that active camo, kinetic armor, heatwave specifically, is useful breaking the hill. Yeah. If you use it outside the hill, perhaps maybe you're in a position to get a 2-piece or a clutch play. Yeah. But I think essentially, active camo, breaking the hill.
Also, early rotations to hard points, so that's maybe a good point to use it as well. So you can just maybe wait it out. You know the players are going to come in your direction either way.
Exactly.
We see the scythe getting picked up by Frost, active camo Brutal, so 2 active camos. We got Heatwave on Zeus. And War Machine on Slashy. I always love War Machine when it actually does get pulled out.
I agree, but interesting pick though there, Holden. You know, a lot of from what I've seen, the South African competitive Call of Duty players, they don't really seem to pick the War Machine.
I'm not too sure. Maybe they're worried about the trophy system coming into play as well.
That's correct.
I mean, we saw that at least from the Dep guys, they were using that quite proficiently and quite well against Vinco. So maybe Vinco are saying, you know what, we're not versing a Dep here. Maybe they're not going to use as many trophies. So potentially the War Machine's going to come into play. Well, obviously it's going to come into play today. So,
all right, let's
predictions.
What is your prediction, Nick?
I'd like to see if we go to that search and destroy. Yes. Slashy was basically, he was just standing on the side for the entirety. He dropped at a point to 007. He went James Bond.
Wow.
And especially coming from the 2v2, which you participated in with Brutal, Slushy was a dominant player in that tournament. I think you guys got knocked out by them. I'm not too sure.
I think they actually took, what was it, Astro Gaming to the finals.
They took them all the way to the finals, and that was Twist as well as Slushy. So in Search and Destroy, the game is pretty solid. I know that much.
Yes.
Slaying potential, though, you got to look at Energy Esports, and you got to say that's in their favor.
Definitely. 100%. There's no argument about it. You got your Brutal, you got your Frosty, which has obviously been the most consistent Call of Duty player in South Africa.
Yeah, got to be said, he is hell of consistent. Sometimes finds that his teammates drop the ball and he's trying to basically carry the team.
Yes, that's great.
But as you said, consistency reigns supreme with the young one. The force is strong in him.
I definitely agree. Perhaps Luke Skywalker was Walker's adopted brother somehow.
Alright, so it looks like we're about to cross over to the game and get this one underway.
Let's go.
Okay, so who would I predict?
Who would you like to hop on board with? That is the question.
Oh, okay.
Start us off.
Very interesting choice. To be honest, I want to take a look. We're looking at the most consistent player in South Africa, as you did put it.
Quotes, unquote.
Let's activate that X-ray mode. And it looks like we're getting things underway. I'm going to leave you in control of deciding who we're going to be watching.
The dreaded control of the controller.
We're going to be on board with Frost, who does have that pink camo. How does he have that pink camo?
I think it's just in the custom game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So all camos unlocked, as it looks like Frost is going to be taking L-Wall, I believe it's called.
Yes, the flank. Picks up Zeus on the flank. That's a contest spot exactly. Clint to be... Nick to be exact. Will he take out the window player? Unfortunately not. And now you can see that the team from Vinco are currently pushing through cuts, which is obviously essential for them in order to get the control of bottom mansion.
Alright, so obviously when it comes down to the middle hard point, there's always going to be a bit of a lopsided contest. You're going to get points from both sides. It's very rarely that I see a team rolling out with 60 points in the middle hard point, just because you don't have time to really secure it.
Exactly.
It's very much about trying to just control your spawns for the next hard point when it comes down to the middle of it. Thus far, we've seen Energy actually doing pretty well here.
Pretty well. Frost with a sexy 3-piece to be exact. He's currently on a 6-kill streak, going 8-1. Nick Holden.
Really, really good play there from Frosty, and these streaks are going to come into play in a big way. He's going to try use his Hellstorm missile to try get a kill there. Not going to be able to connect. Only 25 points away from getting that Cerberus, so that's going to play into his hands if he does pick up this kill, and that's exactly huge pressure from the start here from Frosty.
Exactly, and we can see Nick Holden. There are currently 2 Guardians inside the bottom mansion hill. I think definitely the boys from Vinco must whip out the...
I think that was Rob's.
Levkov currently on 6-1 with a 5-kill streak.
And he's got the armored sentry as well, so...
full streaks.
Energy eSports currently just...
dominating.
Yeah, that's the only way you can put it.
I don't know, answer whitewash. No?
You know what? Robbie might as well just go to that bar and take a drink right now, because he can just sit back and relax. On this hill as the Guardian. I think the Guardian did get taken out. We see the Vinco lads actually switching over to EMP, so good calls from them.
Exactly.
As Robs does get his fire break in hand.
7-kill streak, Cobbs. We can see Jake's also doing quite well for his team. Currently,
yeah, really.
He's on a 6-kill streak.
Only person slightly lagging behind is Brutal at this point, which is interesting.
He's got the second most heal time.
But to be honest, I guess he's got the heal time. That's important in his hands because essential. At the moment it seems like all of his teammates are just taking out everybody in quick succession. So let's take a look who we're going to jump on board with here.
The boys on Vinco, let's currently, I would say jump on Twist to be exact. I mean, he's currently 8 and 9, almost at a neutral KD. There is a Cerberus currently in the hill. That's another EMP mission over there. Nick Holden to take that out.
Yeah, Cerberuses are never easy to take out, especially when they've been well covered by teammates in hand.
Exactly.
Because essentially you have to run towards a Cerberus in a lot of ways. You've got to take it out. So if you just have players rotating around your Cerberus, you're like, how do we take this thing out?
Exactly. And Nick Holden, what I find that a lot of South African players tend to not do is create EMP classes in order to take out those streaks. Because then you'll see them whipping out the default class, which requires an Argus.
Well, a really smart player, I think, in the hands of Energy Esports going into the next map, which is CTF, is banning EMPs. Because they seem to be getting streaks off so quickly.
Rather easily.
So they basically can just rely on the machines to control the game.
To do the dirty work, definitely. Control your machines. That's going good. Nick, almost 100 points here. We can see Energy Esports breaks the 100-point limits.
As let's jump on board with Rob's currently 12 and 4 with 1 minute 35 seconds now on the hill. Really just holding it down well for his team, managing to get himself into really difficult positions for the Vinco boys to try and pick him off.
Definitely. Just getting the picks, just getting the easy picks. Will he be able to get this turn on? Oh! Unfortunately he doesn't. Riptide picks up that kill.
So it's always easier said than done, but when you find yourself in these situations as Vinco, what do you think they need to rely on? Do they need to change themselves up, maybe go to that random 5th class that they have with smoke grenades, or do you just find that they just got to try play off what they know? What is your suggestion going into this?
My suggestion, Nick Holden, 2 of their players need to pick up their game. There's nothing said without a doubt. Perhaps play more heal time in terms of such. Perhaps push 3 players inside the hill, because that's perhaps the pressure that they need in order to take out the boys from Energy Esports inside the hill.
At least change up that dynamic as, he almost got taken to the face from that armored sentry. Ducks in time, but not going to be able to get the kill there. Let's jump on board with Jakes, who currently has
a Wraith in hand.
He does have that Wraith in hand.
So Nicholas Holden, this is going to be interesting.
So as soon as this goes to an outdoor hardpoint, expect that Wraith to be pulled out. As currently EN are about to triple the score of their opposition. It looks like just a complete walkover, it has to be said, from EN at this point.
Unfortunately so, Nick. There's nowhere else to say.
And it's always difficult when you find yourself, especially in we've seen Call of Duty go through the years, and streaks have been involved in certain ones, and some have not been involved at all.
Goes to be specific.
Yeah, so taking a look at Black Ops 3, when streaks are involved, to try turn around the momentum is just, it really becomes difficult, and that's where you have to rely on your game knowledge. And unfortunately at the moment it just looks like Vinco's their game knowledge, to be exact, is inferior to that of Energy Esports.
Definitely, Nick Holden, I agree with you on that one. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm a bit lost.
Well, I know what to say. Frost is approaching a 40 bomb,
and
we're only 3 minutes 15 seconds into the game. Talk about Mr. Consistency. The man is just decimating, and he's just got that scythe in hand, if he's going to be able to pull that out.
Oh!
The man is honestly just like a bunny rabbit, just using those bumper jumpers, moving all around the map.
On his gov controller.
I mean, how old is he at the moment?
Holden, I stand on a correction. He's either 16, I think he's 16.
Okay.
I'm going to play it safe and say 16 years old.
Alright, so quite a youngster, but working his way up. He managed to remain in the scene for any longer. He's going to be quite a dangerous player.
Dominant force to reckon with, I have to say so myself.
Alright, so we're going to step on board with Rob. Picks up a nice two-piece there.
2-piece by Lekov.
Got that VMP with long barrel in hand. If we can take a look, for all of those at home, probably actually want to take a look at the classes of Mr. Frosty, as I am going to skip through a couple of buttons, as I am... there we go. Yay. Alright, so M8A7, RK5, Afterburner, fast hands as well as the tactical mask. Primary gunfighter, so he is rocking 2 attachments on that.
1 and 2, yeah. Nick, you usually see this class as quite a common class used by competitive players across the globe. I mean, obviously you got your RK5 in case you want to jump into that deal and get those close range gunfights, because the M8 is a bit stagnant.
And just look at that score, ladies and gentlemen. Game's about to close out, and it's 250 to 52. You gotta just hope that Vinco have got something when it comes out to capture the flag, because they're probably happy that it's not uplink, because they're looking very dodgy on uplink, it has to be said. They're looking demoralized. But now Vinco need to try turn things around here, as we are going to be kicking off with map number 2 in just a second. I just want to remind you, you guys are tuned into the Astro Gaming Cup here at Rage in Cape Town. First Rage ever at Cape Town.
That's correct.
Tiana, give me a little, a couple of words of what you think of the venue so far.
Phenomenal. Basically sums it up. Exciting. Support. Proudly South African events happening here, right? That's Grand Race Casino.
I love the literal taking of the one word per everything. But it was good. Yeah. It is good. It's a great event here, and we are honored to be a part of it.
We sure are.
As we are going to be crossing into map 2 in just a second. But like I said, once again, we are here, and if we can bring up the screen of the players as well, we can just show you exactly where these guys are playing. And we currently have a screen set up overlooking the players, and we've got Energy eSports as well as Vinco on either side. It is map number 2 that we're about to get into. It is a best of 3 in the group stages. We're doing a round robin, just basically to determine seeds for the semi-finals as well as the finals, which is going to be huge. I mean, I think those games are going to be oh so important. We're going to have good seedings going into it, but the finals are what we are looking forward to. Semi-finals are going to be played tomorrow, by the way.
Yes, that's correct.
So we're going to be able to see the continuation of the group stages. So we only have 3 more matches in the morning. Okay. That will lead us to lunch, and then after that we've got the semi-finals of both games, which I'm looking forward to, like, ridiculously. But at the moment it looks like our seeding is probably going to be Astro, Energy, Adept, then Vinco. I want to see Adept turn things around and maybe take it to Energy eSports, which they've got a bit of a rivalry with.
Definitely.
I mean, Energy eSports is basically was comprised of the now Adept players, and a lot of, well, I guess not so much anymore since Rory left.
Yeah, Rory left.
But what happened was 3 of the players left there, and then they went to Adept, and then we saw one of the players go over to Vinco.
Yes.
And 2 remain in Team Adept. And so there's a nice little bit of a rivalry there between the 2 teams, which I'm looking forward to see tomorrow, as I did mention. So we're going to be setting up map number 2, which is going to be some Fringe Search and Destroy.
Lovely.
Fringe Search and Destroy, what do you think about the map overall?
Nick, traditional Call of Duty map. Got your 3 lanes, you obviously have your train, your mid, and your junk cuts. You can easily get the opposite team into a lovely spawn trap, which will definitely...
what am I saying? Search and Destroy. I do apologize.
CTF.
Sorry guys, long day this side, but we're going to get into capture the flag.
Yeah, the spawn traps are definitely are efficient in this map, so I'm sure that one of the opposing teams will be able to put one another into that spawn trap and, irritate their opposite team.
Alright, so this is potentially the last match of today. That is if Energy eSports run out the victors in this one. But we want to be seeing that map number 3, that good old Search and Destroy.
Search and Destroy round 11.
We are going to be crossing to that in just a bit. As the teams look just about ready, we're going to start things up.
Teams look ready.
The teams look set to go, sort of, as we're about to cross over to the pick and ban phase between Energy eSports and Team Vinco Gaming. Okay, hold on. Looks like Vinco Gaming. One of the players bombed out.
Slushy to be exact. Perhaps he's having a sip on his slushy, Nick Holden.
A little bit of a pun play there, wasn't it? You're a punny one.
It was a poor attempt. I do apologize, stream.
Alright, so it looks like we're just going to have to restart it. As
That's true.
Alright, so we just got to close the game and get it reset here as we're getting the map ready for these players, as it looks like one of the Vinco boys wasn't ready for the mark.
Slushy wasn't ready. However, Nick Holden, one of Slushy's catchphrases are #I'm back.
But just not ready.
Not ready.
Like a man waiting at the line but not getting started and getting going. Alright, so Slushy is back, but let's see if he really comes back, and that's exactly what his team needs to in this game, or should I say this map
They should do.
of Fringe Capture the Flag.
They should do.
Alright guys, I want to find out your predictions. Please let us know in the chat, and thank you for tuning in, especially thank you for supporting local gaming. But if you're in Cape Town, take it a step further. Come down tomorrow and make sure you pop a hello or show us a little wave here, as we've got some great prizes. You can actually win an Astro TR headset.
Ooh.
A competition which I know you've entered.
I've entered I wish I could enter numerous times, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do so.
Maybe we can sneak another one in tomorrow. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Alright, so oh, whoopsie.
Connecting to online service.
Alright, so we're going to be back with you guys in just a second as we get this map sorted out. Stand by as we're going to be kicking off with map number 2. It's Fringe Capture the Alright, as we're back in the action, sorry for the little bit of a break. As we're going to go through the pick and ban phase. Fringe Capture the Flag. I want to see Guardian and Sentry banned.
Guardian and Sentry band. Nick Holden, can I tell you what I would like to see?
I want to see.
Stock band.
Okay.
Which it is!
Boom! What a call.
I called it once again.
I'm sorry, I'm stealing more of these.
He's taking my Astro. It's not the Astro, the headset. He's just taking the
Because you wouldn't let me take the headset, would
No,
you?
unfortunately not, Nick. Perhaps I'll let you lend it for a weekend. But we're going to have to talk about that.
Alright. Okay, so we see the stock band. Man of War. So that was Twist.
Twist.
Man, it sounds like you're mind-mouthing that guy. Basically, whatever he's thinking, you're saying. You know what I mean?
I think
As Overdrive will get banned, Man of War will get protected. Very interesting protector, got to be said, from the Man
It's
of
a
War.
really strong AR.
It
If you're not using the M8, you're going to be using the Man of War.
I think your objective players are going to use probably Man of War a bit more.
It's much more easier to use in the hill.
Well,
Definitely. It's automatic.
Absolutely.
What automatic rifle is not easy to use? If you've got a shot.
If you've got a shot. But with stock being banned, quite interesting.
Very interesting.
That's going to reduce your movement, so maybe a little bit more play around the SMGs as well.
Focus on that SMG play. Perhaps even make it an S&D dominant game. Highly doubt it. The AR players such as your
Yeah,
Drake's
you've got to hold 2 ARs, I think, at
hold
least,
players,
when it comes down to Fringe.
in the power positions.
Alright, sorry about that. The battery is getting low, but our batteries are right there as we are about to get energized in this game between Vinco Gaming and Energy eSports. As we see the first specialist getting picked up, it is Firebreak.
With the heat wave.
So, your personal perspective, what do you think you would take? I mean, I love... no, wait, Overdrive got banned, didn't it?
Overdrive got banned. If I'm an OBJ player, I'll probably take Psychosis.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you always take Psychosis.
just create that clone decoy for, you know, in order for you to get that sneaky cap
Active
as well.
Camo was also another one I was thinking about, which got picked up on both sides. Scythe is almost... I also like to use Scythe in this one. I mean...
You can mow down the lane.
Yeah, a lot of long lines of sight. You can basically hold down just one lane.
Of course you can. A fully automatic machine gun. Who doesn't want that at their disposal? Slushy with the Tempest, which is quite an interesting pick. I think he picked it up with regard when he played the Adept game, and he actually got a two-piece.
He did get a 2-piece. Like you said, interesting pick. I mean, why not go with an Annihilator then? Because I think the only thing is with the Tempest, it gets your area of effect kind of damaged. But why not just go with Annihilator? It's a faster shooting, got a better fire rate.
Exactly.
So it will essentially do. I don't see guys in Capture the Flag standing close with one another.
Exactly.
You've got to mark your positions and be spread out so you can make sure you cover your lanes.
Yeah.
So
Not sure what
I'm
Slushy
not
has in
too
mind.
sure about that choice.
Perhaps Slushy has the hope of the opposite number about to capture their flag, and he gets a kill with the Tempest, and then whoever runs over that area of effect will just get picked up.
Okay. Well, we'll see about that. All right, maybe it's going to play
Being a
out.
bit
I mean,
optimistic.
no, that is quite a cool little use of it. I wasn't quite aware of, but I mean, might be interesting to see if they're going to be able to play that tactic.
Exactly.
Then taking a look at Heatwave.
Common pick.
Yeah. And then Annihilator will get picked up by Jakes on the other side of things. So Annihilator versus Tempest. And, we got Annihilator by Riptide, so maybe
Riptide,
that's
yeah.
why he didn't pick it up.
Exactly.
But then why not use the Scythe then?
Scythe. That's correct. Yeah, they are lacking the power of the almighty Scythe. So let's see if they will be able to put their specialists into play, Alden.
Alright, so taking a look at this, do you have a prediction that Energy is going to continue their dominance, or do you think Vinco have a chance here?
Nick Holden. Vinco were able to take out Astro in the MGMS qualifier on CTF. They do, however, have a massive roster change, so perhaps they'll be able to pull it off again against Energy eSports, who just got taken out by Astro 2-0.
That's interesting that you bring that up. Capture the Flag is, like I always say, the big teams aren't practicing this mode enough.
And they just want to practice HP.
HP and S&D.
That's all they practice.
The thing is, if you just practice, I keep on preaching this, if you just practice Search and Destroy and Capture the Flag, and you know what, you can forget about HP, you can just dominate those three, and you can take the title. It's like I mean, your CTF should be a free win then.
Yes.
You're just putting a lot of pressure on yourself when it comes to Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
But at least you're taking off. I think CTF you can probably learn quicker than you can do HP.
Yes, that's correct.
So you would take a little bit of pressure off of yourself on that if you did that. I'm just saying, as a newcomer to COD, that's what I would do.
That's what you would do.
In the competitive scene.
I do agree with you, Nick Holden. I do agree with you. Like they always say, S&D wins tournaments.
Yeah, S&D does win tournaments, and let's see if in CTF that might be what wins Vinco's tournament. As we see the Shiva actually get picked up here. Ooh.
Slushy with the Shiva.
I actually want to stay with him. I want to stay with him and see exactly. Let's see what he's strapping onto that Shiva. As he's got fast hands and primary gunfighter ×2. I'm not too sure if we can actually check the attachments there. I'm sorry, I do apologize. Moved away from the Shiva. As there we go.
2 down for Energy eSports at the moment.
3, make that
3 down.
In quick succession there.
Quick succession.
But here's the time to push up. Here's where you need to try
The
move.
players are going on a flank 2 by train.
I'm not too sure.
Zeus with the flag. Zeus got taken down.
Almost every single Energy eSports player there was coming out of spawn, and Vinco didn't push up.
They did not capitalize.
See,
on that.
this is something that frustrates me to no end, because these are the basics of Capture the Flag.
Agreed.
You should know straight away. I think it was Zeus pushing up on the left-hand side there towards the flag.
Yes.
That means the guys are going to spawn on the opposite top right-hand side.
10 to be
But
exact.
basically, yeah, 10. But those big silos.
Exactly.
So all they need to do is push up their players, focus your sight on there, make sure that there's nobody doing the cut-off between basically where B bomb site is. I'm not too sure.
Fences.
Fences, yeah. and then just watching the crossover there, and you've got an easy pull.
It's as simple as that, Nick Holden.
And that's a traditional capture the flag. I understand in Black Ops there's a bit more movement, but I'm not too sure why these guys aren't enforcing that.
I do agree with you, Nick. You know, Nick, essentially, if they had pushed up together as a cohesive unit, they would have been able to spawn trap Energy Esports inside 10.
And get yourself some streaks and just make it much more difficult. I mean, with streaks, what you can essentially do in that position is as soon as you do get those, you tell that player just to watch the cutoff on the opposite side, put your streaks there, return to your spot. You're as a happy chappy, and you don't need to even watch the one lane of the map.
You don't even can pitch up your camping chair and have a
well,
cold one.
Just let the machines do it. Terminator.
However, it is easier said than done.
Yeah, true, I know. I do say these things, but all I'm saying is there was an opportunity.
There definitely was. There definitely was.
Alright, so taking a look, we've got 3 minutes played, and the flag will get picked up by Brutal. And he's trying to run this one home.
There is a couple of Vinco players, 3 Vinco players directly behind him.
I do like his footwork though, as he's about to get this one home, and that's capture number 1 going over to Energy Esports. As it looks like a player will get spotted out, so let's jump on board with Twist, who's furthest forward. I apologize, you will take a bullet to the face.
Commentator's curse.
Yep. But Slasher gets himself into a good position here.
Missing his first shots, a bit of a shaky shot, however he does manage to pick up Jake's.
Shiva just makes sure that you need to land 2 shots. But he's trying to wait for his teammates to spawn up here. I actually like the play, but maybe they need to bring out the RK5 there. Easier said than done, I do know. Before you repeat it.
Sure went to Cobbs. Basically, the Energy guys, Nick Holden just trying to slay out of their base, because we can see that they're obviously getting, I wouldn't necessarily say spawn trap, but they are getting held back into their spawn, which is obviously frustrating.
It is frustrating, but right now it seems like they managed to get their way out of there.
Finally.
As we can jump on board with the man furthest. Ooh, Vinco Twist.
Ooh! Riptide with the turn on Lekov to be exact.
As it looks like Brutal will get taken down in mid-map. Vinco now in a position to try push forward. Zeus is joined by Twist up front, and this should give them a position to put some... looks like Frost just got put on the back foot. I mean, put on the front foot from a back foot position there. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. I do apologize. Seem to get tongue-tied. But I mean, once again, Vinco just really not making the most of their advantage there.
Unfortunately, not so, Nick Holden. 3 down for Vinco Gaming. Energy Esports obviously pushing up the map, getting control of top on, as you can see. Kov cleaning up in the base. I think they're doing pretty well.
Yeah,
in terms of map control.
Definitely doing well and making much more of their map dominance when they have it, of the Energy lads. Honestly, I've seen Vinco in this game thus far have 3 potential pushes that they've had from capture the flag, not even capturing 1.
Absolutely not.
And Energy have only had 2. And look what they have in their scoreline.
Currently 2-0 up.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm sure any team would want to be at this moment in time. Going into the second half. Slushy with the 2-piece with the Tempest.
Yeah, big 2-piece as we did call it out. There we go. Let's jump on board with Slushy and see. Still has that Tempest in hand. Seems to be using it pretty darn well, it has to be said.
Let's see what else he'll be able to utilize with this beautiful device.
As he will get taken out from the back. Once again, just seems unaware of his spawns.
Yeah, it seems like the map knowledge, which I think a lot of the players stress, Nick Holden, that a lot of our South African players aren't really aware of the map knowledge.
Yeah, got to be said. Especially, like I keep on reiterating this. Capture the flag, just not a lot of time gets spent by these players. HP, you see the guys, they understand the spawns. Search and destroy. It's no spawns, obviously, that you need to watch there. Even uplink, they seem to concentrate a bit more on the spawns. But at the moment, Brutal, as you saw, picked up a nice couple of kills there.
62-piece.
And 2-0 going into halftime. Energy Esports looking strong.
Looking very strong. Very strong indeed. Oh, Nick Holden. What's happening with Vinco Zeus?
I do not know what is happening with Zeus at the moment. 4 for 11.
Almost triple negative.
Almost triple negative.
Perhaps if he picks it up for his team, they'll be able to take a, bring up a new momentum. It's only two caps.
Yeah, it's only 2 caps. Like you said, that can be done in quick succession. But I'm really just hoping that the Vinco lads somehow realize map knowledge. Like, I mean, they've been playing this for a while, so they should know the basics. But really just letting themselves down. I'm not too sure if they're not trusting enough in each other to push up, or they're trying to be too defensive. They don't need to be. I mean, essentially, if you get the flag and you have cutoffs, the opposition can't go anywhere, even if they're at your base.
Yeah, they're pinned in. They're basically caged inside their side of the half.
As we see Frost with flag in hand, will turn around, get himself a shot, and he's managed to dodge his way out of bullets.
The movement is impeccable.
It really is, that has to be said. Something he's picked up from Advanced Warfare days, using that boost quite effectively.
Definitely. He does have a sight in handhold, and I would like to see when he's going to whip it out.
Yeah, so maybe let's stay on board with him for now, as he will be able to get the shots on his opposite number. Yep.
He's carrying on a 3-kill streak, so he's definitely doing the slaying power for his team.
There we go, and has some running room to work with down his right-hand side now.
Nick Holden, if you just see now, as Frost crossed over into train, Jakes was holding his back.
Yeah.
He was watching his cut. So the opposite team player spawning from Tin, Jakes would have picked him up, allowing Frost to run freely home. Unfortunately, he gets picked up by Vinco Riptide.
Well played by Riptide, it has to be said. He was just sneaking around, making sure that he didn't get seen. But that's another thing in Capture the Flag. You should constantly be aware of players leaking over basically the halfway mark of the map.
You have to be. That's why it's so essential to understand who has been taken out and to call out to your opposite teammates, you know.
That there's still one guy in our base that we need to clear out.
And name specific as well.
Yeah.
Because they might be looking for X, but then Y is still alive. And then they get taken out.
Alright, we see active camo used and almost immediately getting removed. As Twist comes out on top of that gunfight. Let's take a look at Zeus. I want to see exactly what he's doing from his side. Got an M8A7 in hand, RHXD. So there's something. As he spots a player on the right-hand corridor, we'll be able to pick... Oh no, we are currently on Riptide. I do apologize.
3 Energy eSports players currently down, so Vinco, this is their chance to push up, Nick.
Yeah, and we've seen them do exactly that. But let's see if they're able to pick up these players off a spawn. Oh, no, Robbie coming up too strong with his slaying potential there.
And there the advantage gets taken away. They knew that they were going to spawn Junk and Beard, Nick Holden. And Ali. However they went, no one is there watching it. Then they get shot in the back.
It's quite an unfortunate play by the lads. As 2 minutes 30 seconds into this, it has to be said, Vinco did manage to get a game, or should I say a flag capture, but currently still the 2-0 deficit that we saw in the first half.
Has remained.
Yeah, has remained here.
Yeah. Ooh.
So Robbie trying to use his man of war here, doing oh so well, managed to take out two players in quick succession.
Sure has.
Picks up that M8.
Basically, Robbie being the OBJ player is just holding.
Yeah.
Just holding map control.
Just holding, making sure that the players don't leak through this left-hand side.
Riptide's currently on a 4-kill streak.
Alright, let's jump on board with Riptide.
5-kill streak, he's got it back.
Oh, that's not a game changer.
In CTF.
Yeah.
A Cerberus wouldn't be better.
Not
an Astro Cerberus. More like the mechanical Cerberus. Because some say Astro Cerberus does get along to the lines of the dominant Cerberus machine.
Oh, okay. Imagine you could just call in Cerberus into a map. Sorry, if you guys don't understand the pun, there's a player called Cerberus.
In Astro Gaming.
Yeah, in Astro Gaming. So, Vinco now trying to push through and comes out on top of that, does Mr. Zeus. Going to be able to pick himself up a kill. And May... Ooh. Wrong running route. Definitely the wrong running route. I'm not too sure why he went in that direction. As the players should have been known to be spawning on that side. As Brutal will come off of spawn. Let's stay with him. They are trying to defend at the moment. He's going to be holding down here in Barn.
We see one player left in Vinco Gaming pushing Ali. One more pushing mid. The player from Ali got the kill. Will he be able to get the second?
Oh, Slushy will get taken out there.
We do have a sneaky play inside. Twist has got the cap, Nick Holden.
Ooh. So this is all about the crossovers from Energy Esports. Let's see if they pick him up. And he's just waiting on some teammates to try back him up here. As this should be all important flag capture. No! Why are you running up by yourself?
That flashbang was not necessary.
No, you could even bounce it against the wall and be pretty safe with your lines of sight there.
Exactly.
Just a lack of communication has to be said from the Vinco lads.
Definitely.
As we close 20 seconds out in this game, it's Energy Esports that are looking to take this one 2-0 and look like they're going to do it in quite convincing fashion as they did with the hard point.
Sure did.
So, that is going to be it for this match pretty much. And so far on the scoreboard, it's going to be Energy Esports with 1 win under their belt.
Yes.
Should I say Adept with 1 win under their belt, and Astro with 1 win under their belt. So we've got a triple tie.
Triple threats.
With Vinco dropping 2 games. So almost definitely probably going to drop to the last seed.
Yeah, they're definitely in an unfortunate position. They will take on Astro Gaming tomorrow.
More than likely in the semi-final. They'll probably be versing them after one another because I don't think Vinco have versed Astro.
Not yet. That's the last one.
So Vinco have got Astro, and then they're probably going to be versing them again. That's my prediction in the semi-final.
1 versus 4, 2 versus
1
3.
versus 4, 2 versus 3.
They probably will end up playing them.
Yeah. All right. So that is going to be it for this game today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be closing off day number 1 here. We got our 3 group stages out of the way. Please, if you guys are in Cape Town, pull through tomorrow to Rage. Say hello to good old Tiana, as well as everybody here doing the crew. We've got Zombie Dread and the crew here, as well as all the teams that you do want to be able to spectate. We've got a lot of action, especially after lunchtime. So if you don't want to watch group stages, watch it at home. Watch it on stream.
Watch it on stream.
But make sure that you guys come back at least for the semi-finals as well as the finals on Sunday. Going to be a lot of good games. We're going to be signing off on our Tiano. Any last words on the game?
On the game, it was what we came in to watch. It was definitely appreciates all the time that the players have put into the game specifically. We know that this is obviously their hobby and their passion. So thanks for putting on a good show for us, and we're looking forward to it tomorrow. Absolutely awesome. I'm going to be also signing out for now. I'll be catching you guys tomorrow. Make sure you guys hit us up on the hashtag Astro Gaming. That is AGCZA. We'll catch you then. Cheers, guys. Cheers.